Good morning guys, this is where we parked up last night. We drove about 2 hours southeast from Paris to Chablis. It's the northernmost part of the Burgundy wine region, and it's a lot colder up in these climates, so the wine here tends to be a bit drier, more acidic. We're actually on a working vineyard, and the owner here has very kindly sort of built these motorhome parking spaces. You can see behind us there's the Sprinter, a couple of other motorhomes parked here, and he's provided these hard stand-ins with free water and free electric, obviously I guess to entice customers into his vineyard and into his shop. Now they do offer a free wine tasting here, and there is quite a large museum as well which we're going to have a look at. Hopefully we'll get some video in now, I'll show you what that's like. And then the idea is it gives you a free park up for a couple of nights in exchange maybe for a couple of bottles of wine. But to be honest, you know, I don't mind that anyway. We would have bought some wine from a local supermarket, so I'd much prefer to have local produce from these sort of guys and then get a really nice place to park up. We found this one on the parkfornight.com app again, and we used the on the farm symbol this time. It's another great feature of that app, you know, to find these brilliant little park ups. So the van's parked up on this gravel hard standing, separated by these little rows of bushes. Obviously there's free electric hookup for both bays, and there's also potable drinking water at the back here. I'm taking full advantage of the free electric only because, you know, it hasn't been brilliant the last couple of days. We've had a lot of rain, so I'm just making sure the batteries are topped up. And then just as you come into the parking space off the road, there's a service point here that they've created. You can pull your van or motorhome over that drain and empty your grey water tanks. There is a toilet cassette emptying facility in the corner there. Again, you've got more potable drinking water, and then there's a set of bins here for your recycling and waste. So this is where we are at the Domaine Allain Geoffrey. Again, I'll put all the links in the description of this video. It's a cracking little spot. I think as you can see it's really well laid out. There's 7 bays here. Really nice little peaceful spot. Since opening the museum in 2004, Allain Geoffrey has displayed all of his corkscrews here. Over 4,300 corkscrews spread across these 8 rooms in the museum. And as well as the corkscrews on display, there's also a lot of wine making tools and machinery from the past, and more corkscrews. A beautiful wine tasting room set in the cellar here, where we can sample some of the Chablis.
The oak barrel. The oak barrel really has, like we were saying, more oxygenation, which gives it a bit more strength.
That's the verdict, Lynn.
Very nice.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Alors, ça c'est une première commande. Il vous faut une petite note à part pour autre chose.
Yeah.
C'est vous que je paye.
Quite dry, a little bit acidic. Making me salivate now.
Don't really like wine.
I tasted it. It's nice.
You like the sweet ones though, don't you?
No way.
That was good. That is
That's nice.
So after a couple of nights of free camping at that lovely vineyard, taking full advantage of those free services, with the batteries topped up and the tanks full, we're off on the road again in search of some wild camping spots. This is a nice little quiet spot that we stayed in last night. It's right by the canal. We're probably about 20 kilometres outside of Dijon. Lovely little countryside park up. Again, another one of these little rural, quiet ones right by the canal here. Tiny little town. You've got the canal locks there. Obviously you can see the Sprinter parked up here. There's quite a few bays just by the side of the canal here. You probably could get about 10 vans in here, or at least half a dozen or so. And then there's a little children's play area at the back here, but there are no facilities here, not that I've noticed anyway. There is a campsite in the distance. Those buildings you can see through the trees there is a proper campsite, so there probably is facilities there, but I'm not sure what time of year it's open till. At the moment it looks like it's closed, all the gates are shut. But again, a lovely little quiet park up. We're the only people here, nobody else around. Just a shame the weather wasn't a little bit better. It's a bit of a rainy day today, but we've come into the centre of Dijon and we're standing right outside the palace of the Dukes of Burgundy. This dates right back to the 12th century, this palace. A huge, great big group of buildings here. And I believe there's also a museum, and a lot of these surrounding buildings in the courtyard have been turned into little restaurants and that, so maybe grab a little bit of lunch here and see if we can pop into the museum. South for winter, they said, for some winter sun. Have you seen it outside here? Look, we had a load of snow last night. We're 3/4 of the way down France. We're not far from the French Riviera really. We're skirting the Alps, I suppose. But look at the weather. It's supposed to be -2 tonight. And look at the amount of snow we've got around here. We're following a snow plough at the moment. Look, check it out. I didn't think we'd get to see some snow on this trip, but lucky I put those winter tyres on. We're just coming away from the Alps, heading a bit further south, just getting through the last of the snow. And you just got to stop and take in the scenery. The view up here is just absolutely stunning. The skies are clear now and the sun's breaking through. Lovely and warm on your face, but still crisp in the air. Really beautiful. What a glorious morning. Now this is an awesome park up. Check out this view, guys. What looks like a reservoir there. Snow-capped mountains in the distance. And we're the only ones parked here. What an awesome view. What a place. There are some facilities there. Dump station, toilets, and there's a little restaurant up the top here as well. What an amazing place though. Look at that, I could there at that all day long. South facing, so we're going to get loads of sun if the clouds stay away. Ah, it's awesome. We spent a couple of days at this little park up. It's been absolutely beautiful. It's a great little place to stay. I mean, the scenery here is absolutely fantastic. Just have a look, overlooking this reservoir here. It's very foggy this morning, but hopefully that should lift. Some really nice scenic views of the mountains and the reservoir in the distance there. The one thing to bear in mind with a lot of these free airs and park ups is that after the end of October, from the 1st of November through till March, a lot of these park ups, the services are all closed. So if you're relying on toilets or water, a lot of those will be shut. So you really do have to be fairly self-sufficient. Fortunately, we've got our own toilet and our own water tanks and things like that. So these sort of spots are ideal for us, really. It has been a bit cold though, to be honest. It's been down at -3, and I'm a little bit concerned about my water tanks and pipework underneath the van. They are insulated, but I really don't want those freezing up. And obviously we're using a lot more gas, just keeping the van warm. So we're going to continue plodding on south, and hopefully in about 4 hours or so, we'll be down somewhere on the south coast on the French Riviera, and maybe a few degrees warmer with any luck. So we've been looking at the local weather forecast all across France, looking for somewhere where there's a bit of sunshine, and right on the south coast on the French Riviera, sort of Nice, Montpellier, all those kind of areas. At the moment it's nice bright sunshine and sort of low teens, 12-13 degrees. As you can see at the moment on the side of the road, it's thick with snow still here. It's probably -1, -2. We're about 200 kilometres from the French Riviera. So in about 2 hours, we're going to go from this weather, hopefully, to some nice sunshine on the south coast of France. So let's wait and see what it's like. So there we go, guys. In the space of an hour, we've gone from 3 or 4 inches of thick snow on the ground to now it's completely disappeared. There's nothing around here at all. It's all dry. And then up ahead where we're heading, I can see some bright sunshine creeping through the clouds. Have a look.
Card, please.
How much?
43 euros and 20.
How much?
I'm not saying it again.
43 euros?
Card.
I'm not buying the road, we're just driving on it.
Yeah.
You can see the sea. Sun's out. We're right on the south coast of France. It's about 12 or 13 degrees, so it's not too bad. And we thought we'd take a nice little stroll down to the water's edge here. I'll spin you around and you can see where we're heading. You might just be able to make out the water in the distance. So we're right down by the coast of the Mediterranean. That's a long spit of land. So this is like a little lagoon here. It's not actually the Mediterranean Sea. Over the top of that long spit of land there, that's where the sea is. So this is like an inland body of water here. But you can certainly smell the sea.
100 metres at the roundabout, take the second exit and stay on D6 to A, heading to A9.
So last night when we turned the TV on, the inverter went into alarm. Something went pop inside. Did make me jump a bit, to be honest. There was a bit of a bang. So something's blown inside the inverter. So I'm going to have to see if we can source a replacement